sources, right? So Credit and Kahoot.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like a video doesn't count. I was like, or a PowerPoint. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Did we have to do 2 or did we just have to
I'm
do
pretty sure he said 2, didn't he?
Yeah, you have to put 2 SIOPs in it.
SOIPs, but okay, so sweet.
PsyOps, yeah.
Just making sure I did it right. We're just fixing it anyways. Is it
Should
going
be good.
It's sweet. Okay. So we're gonna start off with a Kahoot quiz, but just to give you like kind of a preface of what's going on.
Preface or preface?
Preface? Preface?
No,
Sure. So I took quotes from different literature. I have 2 from Shakespeare, 1 from Jane Austen, and 1 from Elizabeth Gaskell. So I'm going to read you the quote, and then you find the summary to it. It's a very short summary, but that's why it's a little more complicated, because I have to read you the quote first, because the question just goes. So I made it 60 seconds, that way you guys could like think about it.
Okay.
So let me get the number up. Team mode. Okay, so the game pin is 2, 5, 7, 4, 8, 5. Okay, perfect. So before we start, I'm just going to say the first one because it's one of the longer ones.
Wait,
okay. So it's from Macbeth, and the quote is, will it let me start it? Hello? There we go. Okay. So the quote is, let us speak our free hearts to each other. Okay. And so the options are, let us meet later to talk. I don't think she likes me. She doesn't sound sincere. I still like you, but if you tell me to stop talking, I will. I can repeat those. Oh,
I don't know what one's going to.
So I think it goes red, blue, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Okay. Second one. I dare not hope, but I cannot believe such a creature cares for me. Is it, I still like you, but if you tell me to stop talking, I will. Let's meet later to talk. She doesn't sound sincere, or I don't think she likes me. Brats. This next one is my favorite. My affections are unchanged, but one word from you will silence me on this subject forever. That's from Pride and Prejudice. She doesn't sound sincere. Still like you, but if you tell me to stop talking, I will. I don't think she likes me, or let's meet later to talk. So,
Rats, I'm still in second place.
okay, and the last one is from Hamlet. The lady doth protest too much, methinks. Is it? Let's meet later to talk. She doesn't sound sincere. I don't think she likes me, or still like you, but if you tell me to stop talking, I will. Rats! Alright, so that last one I think is the hardest one because I've read Hamlet before and I thought it meant like, oh, she's talking too much. Nope, I found out that's not what that means. So apparently it's just like overacting, like, oh, I don't think she's sounding sincere because she's like overacting and everything. So why do you guys think that was like kind of difficult? Was it just because it was like, here's this quote, go, or like?
Yeah, and I didn't know the quote, so it's like I don't know where this goes.
Well, like the way they're worded isn't necessarily typical, but it's like you gotta think about it. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, what
Yeah.
did he just say? You know?
Do you think having context around it would have made it easier to like understand what's kind of going on?
For sure.
Sweet. So let's go through the context of those 4 real fast.
Oh, perfect.
All right.
for that first one, I cut down the quote a little bit, but the quote is, hello. Sorry. Just, Okay. So this is from Macbeth, which we just learned about. So with this quote, what do you think's going on with like the context behind it?
Last our love language teacher.
Yeah, like two people talking and they're saying, hey, we need to be able to openly communicate.
We need to be
That's what
open
I
in our
feel,
relationship.
Yeah. I feel like they're one of those talks.
So what's actually going on is Macbeth is talking to Banquo about like the witch's prophecy,
Okay.
but they can't talk about it right now because there's other people around and they'll sound crazy. So they're like, let's wait till later so that we can talk about this and we can just free our hearts about everything that we want to talk about. Let me get this second one down. Forgot how to spell creature. Okay, what about this second quote? I dare not hope, but I cannot believe such a creature cares for me. Just anything that
I can't
feels like
believe
this
this
creature cares for me.
Yeah, like, I dare not hope that I can't believe such a creature cares for me.
What do you think on that? I'm gonna write this one because it's a little longer.
That's, I feel like, but I can't believe such a creature cares for me. I feel like that's for like, I think that they will care about me.
Yeah.
But I dare not hope. I dare not.
Like I hope that they don't care about me, but I do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dare not. So if you dare to do something, it's like I dare you to go down the aisle. I think you should. No, or I think I shouldn't hope for this. Yeah. I think I shouldn't hope.
So that first part is true. He's just like, I don't want to hope for this. This is one of my favorite stories. It's North and South. It's called North and South. It's really good.
I thought this was Beauty and the Beast.
So in this context, we have two people, Mr. Thornton and Margaret. Mr. Thornton is the one saying this quote about Margaret. So he's about to propose to her. And he's about to propose to her because there's this angry mob that's like really mad because Mr. Thornton's in charge of a factory and the workers are like, this is unjust. And she's trying to calm down the people and everything, and one of them throws a rock to try to hit him, and it hits her. So he's like, she has to love me. Like, she took a rock for me. She has to love me. But she's like, she does reject him. And so he's like trying not to hope that one day she will like him again. But he's still digging her. But eventually she likes him back. But it's like, he doesn't think such a wonderful person could ever have the same feelings for him. All right, so what about this fourth one? It's from Pride and Prejudice. My affections are unchanged. I did cut it down a little bit. It's technically my affections and wishes are unchanged, but one word from you will silence me on this subject forever.
I still care, but if you tell me not to, I'll stop talking.
Yeah. Let me write this down real fast. Okay, so kind of the context behind that one, it's a little easier to understand than say like Macbeth, but Mr. Darcy has proposed to Elizabeth once before. She was like, "You're mean, I don't like you." So he's trying to fix himself, but now she likes him too. They're talking and he's being like, "Hey, I still like you. I'm still into you. But if you don't want me, I'll shut up. Just like one word from you and I'll never talk about this again. You'll never have to see me again. Just, I like you, but if you don't feel it, that's fine." And then this fourth one, we already kind of talked about it a little bit, but the context behind it is they are at a play that Hamlet put on for his family that's showing this like relationship that's happening to, it's weird. His father died because of his uncle. His uncle then marries his mother to become king. So his stepfather is his uncle, and his mom is his mom. And he puts on this play that shows the events happening where his uncle poisons his dad and he becomes king and everything. And the queen is saying this about her queen character, is, I think she's overacting, she's not doing too well. Okay, so for our activity, I think we might just do one. I used a Shakespeare translator to come up with a story on my own. It's a very short, simple story. And so I have 4 of the sentences that happen in the story. And you two as a team are going to decipher the story together. Oh, awesome.
The mistress hath lost his purse. Her purse? Your purse. Some young boys did steal it. Your beloved retrieved the container. The mistress did thanks the serf for his kindness.
Okay, well these two have gotta go together because I feel like they're just.
Oh, it's the whole story. Sorry.
No, you're fine. No, I
Yeah.
understand that, but I mean like these will be by each other. I feel
Yeah.
like if he stole the, some young boy stole the purse.
Well, I feel like it's already in order. Mistress lost the purse. The young boys took it. But then we got, or maybe it's the mistress lost the purse, but then this guy retrieved it. She linked to her, and then he's like, some young guys stole it. Here. Go a couple ways.
This is
Time.
Okay, so what is happening in the story?
So,
There's a mistress with
she
a
lost her
purse.
purse, and she finds out some young guys stole it,
Mm-hmm.
and her beloved retrieved it, and she thanks him for his kindness.
Yep, that's, so in Shakespeare's time, they said mistress as like the lady, so it's just a woman, and beloved is just the guy she likes. So since we have time, we have story number 2. This one's a little longer. They are in order of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just so that it's not overly complicated, since Shakespeare sucks. But I'll give you guys a couple minutes to solve that, and then we'll do our exit ticket.
The butcher had felt sorry for the dog. Butcher gave the dog a large stick. Butcher had walked with joyous fall.
So the dog ran away from home.
Yeah, ran. Because he smelled steak.
steak. And the butcher felt really sorry.
He was like, "Oh, I'm sorry,
He's like,
dog.
oh, so here's the steak.
Here, have some
And
steak."
then he walked
Then he
home.
went back home, happy,
Alright.
Perfect.
happy and content.
Okay, so for our exit ticket, which we have about 5-6 minutes left, we're gonna make a pizza.
Yum.
Okay, so you can choose whatever color you want. I have red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. So these pizzas are a little oval, but that's fine. So for this whole pizza, you could do like what the lesson was about in general. And then for your slice, something particular that you really enjoyed about it.
Oh.
So you can decorate it however you want in relation to the lesson, and then this individual slice can just be like You can put the word that you like, a word or a phrase you liked the most. And I do have colored pencils. Cute! So, here you go if you guys want to choose. I also have a whole pizza if you wanted to do the overall subject, but.
Okay, will you re-say this again? The whole pizza?
Yeah, so the whole pizza, minus the slice, is just the overall lesson. Like, it could be about understanding context or anything like that. And so you'll put like that word or phrase that you think the lesson was about and decorate it that way. And then the slice is something individual that you liked about the lesson.
Okay.
I also have black pens if you guys wanted to like use that. And then once you're done with that slice, you can tape it back into your pizza. Oh.
Ta-da!
Do you want to share it with us?
Oh, okay. The lesson was about understanding literature by and through its context. And I liked the activity where we had to decipher the stories on our own, and we like got to like read them in the Old English, and we were like, oh, this is what it's about. And that's my pizza. I used some cheese and red sauce, and yeah.
I said the lesson was about understanding sentences from plays that have a different meaning. We understand what they're trying to say. And my favorite was the stories at the end.